Hello students, today let's look at the line by line explanation of the chapter Coorg from Glimpses of India. This extract about Coorg is written by Lokesh Ebrol. He is a renowned doctor by profession. He established the first multi-speciality hospital in the private sector in Gurgaon. He is a social worker. He established the first stray cow shelter in Gurgaon. Lokesh Ebrol is also an established writer. The present essay on Coorg highlights his sharp observation and the ability for a graphic description of the wonderful land that is called Coorg. So, let's move on to the lesson. In this chapter, the writer has given us a wonderful insight of the smallest district of Karnataka called Coorg. He is also talking about the people, its amazing weather and wildlife there. Midway between Mysore and the coastal town of Mangalore sits a piece of heaven that must have drifted from the kingdom of God. Drifted means being carried along gently by air. So the narrator is calling Coorg as a piece of heaven because it is so beautiful, and he is talking about its location. Where is it located? It is located between Mysore and Mangalore and the coastal town of Mangalore. So he is saying that it is such a beautiful town that it looks like a piece of heaven, as if it has come down from the kingdom of God. This land of rolling hills is inhabited by a proud race of martial men, beautiful women, and wild creatures. Martial means having to do with war. So, the narrator, he is saying that this land has lot of hills. So, he is calling it a land of rolling hills. Is inhabited by means the land is occupied by a proud race of martial men, beautiful women, and wild creatures. So he is saying that this land is occupied by beautiful women, wonderful creatures, and martial men. That is, men who are thorough in all kinds of martial arts. So he is talking about the kind of people and wildlife that is found in Coorg. Coorg or Kodagu, the smallest district of Karnataka, is home to evergreen rainforests, spices, and coffee plantations. So, what do we learn from this line? We learn that Coorg is the smallest district in Karnataka, and it also has evergreen forests. What is an evergreen forest? That remains green throughout the year with lot of wildlife and vegetation. Spices are also found and coffee plantations as well. So Coorg is famous for spices and its coffee plantations. Evergreen rainforests cover 30% of this district. So we know how important these evergreen forests are because Coorg, 30% of Coorg is covered with evergreen forests. During the monsoons, it pours enough to keep many visitors away. So during the rainy season, it rains heavily and visitors cannot go to this place because of the rain. The season of joy commences from September and continues till March. So if you want to visit Coorg, the best time is September to March, because that time there pours down no rain and the weather remains good. The weather is perfect with some showers thrown in for good measure. So the weather is perfect during that time, that is September to March, and there might be some showers as well. The air breathes of invigorating coffee. So we can always smell coffee because Coorg is known for its coffee estates. Invigorating means making one feel full of energy. Coffee estates and colonial bungalows stand tucked under tree canopies in prime corners. So, in most of the prime corners, means in most of the important locations, you can see colonial bungalows and coffee estates. What are colonial bungalows? They are all residential units of British colonial members, and they are usually found under the tree canopies. Canopy means some umbrella like structure. So, large trees form umbrella like structures, and below them you can find these bungalows as well as coffee estates. All these, the colonial bungalows and coffee estates, are found in the prime locations of Coorg. The fiercely independent people of Coorg are possibly of Greek or Arabic descent. So he's saying that the people, they love independence, they love freedom, and he's talking about their descent. He's saying that most of them are of Greek or Arabic origin. As one story goes, a part of Alexander's army moved south along the coast and settled here when return became impractical. Now, the author is talking about the origin of the people. There are two stories. One, he says that they might be of Greek origin or they might be of the Arab origin. So, there is one story to prove that they might be of Greek origin. According to that, it is related to great Alexander. So, what is he telling? Alexander's army once came along the south and settled here, and they were not able to return. Their return became impractical. That means they were not able to return to their own land. These people married amongst the locals, and their culture is apparent in the martial traditions. Apparent means clear. In the martial traditions, marriage and religious rites, which are distinct from the Hindu mainstream. So he is saying that these army people who settled in Coorg, they married the local people, and their culture can be seen in their martial traditions. That means in the way they fight, the way they protect themselves, and in the way they conduct their marriages and other important religious rites. That means all the rituals that are carried are very distinct from the Hindu mainstream. That is totally different from the Hindu ways of life. So this can prove that there is some connection to the Greek origin, or that people may be of Greek origin. The theory of Arab origin draws support from the long black coat with an embroidered waist belt worn by the Kodavus, known as kufiya. It resembles the kufiya worn by the Arabs and the Kurds. So, what is the narrator saying? How to prove that these people might be of Arab origin is because of the dress they wear. He is saying the long black coat and the embroidered waist belt, which is worn by the Kodavus or the people of Coorg, is similar to the dress worn by the Arabs, and it is known as the kufiya. So he is saying that because of the similarity also, there might be the chance that these people have Arab origin. So Coorgi homes have a tradition of hospitality, and they are more than willing to recount numerous tales of valor related to their sons and fathers. And the narrator is telling us about the people of Coorg. That means they are very hospitable. What is hospitable? They like to invite guests, and they like to treat them or look after them in a very nice manner. So what do? Once guests arrive, they treat them very nicely, they give them good food and rest, and they also love them telling numerous tales, that is stories of valor. Valor means bravery related to their sons and fathers. So whatever, there might be many stories wherein their sons and fathers were involved, and that involved their bravery as well. So these stories they like to tell to the visitors. The Coorg regiment is one of the most decorated in the Indian army, and the first chief of the Indian army, General Cariappa, was a Coorgi. So the Coorg regiment means the unit of army. So there is one unit of army in Coorg as well, and it is believed to be one of the most decorated regiment of the Indian army. Decorated here means that won a lot of medals for their bravery. And the first chief of Indian Army, Cariappa. General Cariappa was a Coorgi. So it is an honor for Coorgis because the first army chief of the Indian Army, General Cariappa, was a Coorgi. Even now, Kodavus are the only people in India permitted to carry firearms without a license. So the people of Kodavu, the people of Coorg, who are known as Kodavus as well, so they are permitted to carry guns without a license. They can carry these firearms because they are known for their valor. The river Kaveri obtains its water from the hills and forests of Coorg. Now the narrator is talking about the place, its weather and other things. So he's talking about the river Kaveri. He says this river obtains water from the hills and forests of Coorg. Mahasir, a large freshwater fish, abound in these waters. Mahasir, it's a kind of a large fish found in this fresh water, and this kind of fish is found in large number in these fresh waters. Kingfishers die for their catch. So kingfisher is a kind of a bird. They die for their catch. They die for fishes. While squirrels and langurs drop partially eaten fruit for the mischief of enjoying the splash and the ripple effect in the clear water. So squirrels and langurs. Langurs are monkeys, so they drop fruits to see the water splashing from below. Elephants enjoy being bathed and scrubbed in the river by their mahouts. So elephants enjoy to spend time in water, bathing in water. And who is this mahout? He is the person who takes care of the elephants. So the most laid back individuals become converts to the life of high energy adventure with river rafting, canoeing, rappelling, rock climbing and mountain biking. So if any lazy person goes to Coorg, he becomes the most energetic person because there are so many activities to be done like river rafting, canoeing, rappelling, rock climbing and mountain biking. So all these are adventure sports. So you can enjoy all these activities if you visit Coorg. Numerous walking trails in this region are a favorite with trekkers. So there are numerous walking trails. That means there are numerous parks where you can walk and climb the mountains or hills and then can go through the forest, etc. Birds, bees and butterflies are there to give you company. And while doing this, while climbing the mountains, you can see a lot of birds and bees and butterflies also. Students, I hope up till here the lesson is all clear to you. We'll look at the remaining portion of the lesson in our next video. Thank you.